Well, in trading, there is what we call risk to reward, RRR, risk to reward ratio. When you use your, measurement calculator in your trading view or your MT5 or MT4, you're going to say it. Risk to reward is how much you're risking and how much you're likely going to make. That's what we call the one-to-one risk to reward, RRR 1 to 1, 1.2. That's if you're risking 1 to 1 means if you're risking $100, you're making $100. That's 1 to 1. You're risking one and you're making one. That means in everything you're coming out with $200 because $100 is your own capital and you're making extra $100. That means if it goes well in your favor, you make $200 in that trade. If it goes against you, you lose only $100. Then what to call 1:2 risk to reward, which means you're risking $100 to make $200. That means if that trade goes well, you come out in profit, your account will be a total of $300. And if you lose only $100. And if you make only $200, and in total it will amount to $300. Likewise, 1:4, 1:5, which means if you're risking 1:5, you're making, let's say you're risking $100, you're making $500. In total, your account will fall to $600. When you learn to do this in trading, it is more of understanding your risk. How much are you risking? If an account of, let's say, $1,000 account, and you want to risk 10% of that account, 10% in a trade is $100, and you know that if you risk 10% in a trade, you only have a total of 10 trades in that account, which means you need to lose 10 times and you've completely blown your account. Or you can make it 5% in that account, or 2%. 2% means $20. Let's say in a $1,000 account, in a position you risk 2%, that's $20. You can risk 2% in a 20 trade, in a 30 trades, and you are still in the game. But now you know that if you're risking 2%, you're targeting 10%. Let's say you risk $20, you're targeting $80. If it goes well, you make $100. If it goes against you, lose $20. Or you're risking 2% to target $100 or $200. You can risk $20 and make $200, but you're not going to make it in a day. I want you to understand this thing. This is how the market works. Don't allow people sway you or deceive you with their charts or with their robots, adverts, and all these things. It doesn't work that way in the real world of the financial market. Sometimes some pairs make anything between 150 or 200 pips in a day. So if you calculate the pip range of that asset you're trading and put it into your risk to reward and ask yourself, okay, in this trade, if let's say I'm targeting 500 pips in a day, and this is why most traders are struggling, especially this newbie. They target exorbitant pips. They are targeting 1,000 pips in just a day, in just a 5-minute time frame. It doesn't work that way. If I'm targeting 500 pips in a pair like Euro USD, 500 pips is like a 2 or 3 days trading pip count, because an average Euro USD is just like USD JPY. They make anything between 180 to 250 pips in a day. That's when the market is volatile. So 500 pips cannot be taken out of that pair in a day. So the total of it is anything between 180 to 250 pips. That's depending on the market volatility. So if I'm targeting 500 pips, best believe I'm going to hold that position for 2 to 3 days. Now, if I'm risking $20, I know that for 2 to 3 days, I might be making anything between 80 or $100 in that position, because it is now a smaller risk and a long-term holding. Hence, if I'm risking $100, I know that okay, in 3-4 days of holding this position, I should be coming out with anything between $1,000 and or $800 thereabout. So this is how to measure your risk to reward calculator, using it in your trading view, in your MT5 or MT4. Learn to do these things the right way. That's why most people are still struggling in trading, because they didn't get the right information in trading. They just jump into trading because of they saw someone flashing lifestyle, flashing the Lambo, promising them how to use robots and make $100 and flip it to $5,000. It doesn't work that way. Learn to trade the right way, and you start seeing the results in your P&L. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if I find it difficult to navigate the forex market, we've created a program. It's called the Trading Edge program. All you need to get, click on the link in bio or send a DM across to us. The price for this program is just 30,000 naira. I made it that much so that everybody can get it. Every trader, your beginner trader, your struggling trader, all you need to do is to get this program and learn the trading the right way. When you learn it the right way, then you can now start optimizing it with AI. Don't forget to like. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.